Hey guys, so as you can probably see from the video, or video description or title, not great news today on my part for coffee and contracts. I got a call not too long ago from one of my sellers on a $500,000 commercial listing that he was switching agents and/or brokers. He wasn't sure yet. As a real estate agent, that's never a good call to get. But I'm going to set this up for you a little bit, and it's always a good time to learn, no matter what. So let me just give you a little background, and then I'll kind of go over the details of it. So I was just, believe, probably maybe 5 or 6 months into being full-time agent. I was part-time for a couple of years before that. Didn't really deal with listings too much. Had usually one or two here or there, and especially didn't have commercial listings, which was what this one was. So I was working some floor time, taking phone calls in our office, and somebody called looking for another big agent and their team within the office, and I don't remember if nobody was there, nobody was available, or what the deal was, but he was looking for him or them at first, and he wasn't there. So I started talking to him, and lo and behold, he's willing to give a chance to meet up and take a look at this commercial property that he has for sale. Okay, cool, awesome, good opportunity for me to maybe get a different client, win a client from another agent, and possibilities are endless. So me and my partner, we go and do that. Nice, has warehouse, office space. Would be great for maybe an automotive place, truck drivers, place to park there, because it was on 10 acres. Yeah, lots of flat, like parking lot area. It was really, really nice. I think this warehouse is around 5,000 square feet or something like that. So it was pretty good. Did some comps. There's luckily a comp not even a few miles down the road that sold probably about 6 months prior for around the same price, and it was even smaller. So I was feeling good, got this real nice commercial listing, my first commercial listing. One sold not too long before that, so pretty excited. So I think we had the listing for a couple months, maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe not even that long. And so we put the listing up, I believe, in the winter. Never a great idea to do that, but what options do we have? Can't change the seasons, deal with it. I obviously told him it's slower in the winter, and he didn't have a problem with that. Well, just as the busy season started picking up, COVID hit. So I think we all know with COVID the impact that had on businesses, small and large. Economically, it was just devastating to most of them. So the commercial just went down the drain. Nobody was inquiring. Nobody really felt like they were looking. He was fine with that. He was okay. And I just wanted to, and he asked a few times, hey, how's the market? And, I told him residential is kind of kicking off, but we're still really low on listings. And that's, people don't want to sell because they might not find a home, and everybody wants to buy because rates are so low. But with commercial, they're not lending as easily. So, if somebody wants to start a business, it's a lot harder for them to do that. And on a $500,000 property, somebody's going to have to get that mortgage in an existing business or a new business, whether that be a startup. Either way, it'd just be extremely difficult. And he was willing to do owner financing, but obviously he's not going to do owner financing on the full $500,000. So even at $250,000 or $300,000, that's still a good amount for somebody to take hold. And in the area that I live in, I live in Pennsylvania. This isn't a whole big ritzy area. I think median income is just slightly below 40 to 50 in some places. So not a whole lot going on. We'll fast forward a little bit through the COVID stuff. Not too much happening there. Things start to pick up. I had a couple more people get interested in it. I believe I showed it once or twice before I tell you about the last group I showed it to. And just, like a lot of clients or people who see places do, they kind of just fall off the face of the earth. So, didn't get any bad feedback or anything. Just, I don't even know if I got any feedback from those people. But anyway, the local cable internet company, service provider, was interested in the property recently to move their fleet of work vehicles, which I thought, wow, this would be perfect. Like I guys told you, it's got 10 acres, pretty flat, lots of places to park trucks, an office, and a big warehouse where you could store, repair, and work on trucks or equipment, whatever they got. It sounded like the perfect situation. So we get the guy out there, the rep for the company, and he's taking around, he's taking notes, and just one of those people that are real hard to talk to you. Doesn't give you too much, kind of just straight to the point, matter of fact. I'm pretty personable. I try to create a relationship or connection with people. Doesn't always work. Not everybody's receptive to that. But this guy was definitely kind of a robot. So whatever, I had the seller there as well because he was, most knowledgeable on the property as far as lines go. And I like to have them there for specific questions, especially on a commercial property where there's a lot of nuances involved, and particularly whenever a company representative is there, they might have questions, really directed questions that's for the seller, which I might not be able to answer right away. So that was fine. We probably spent about an hour at the property, and I really thought things were going well. I always had in my back of my mind, though, like I said, I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, and there's no zoning where the commercial property was. So, no zoning is free reign for anybody really to do whatever you want. And I thought, wow, if the cable company sees that, they're gonna fall in love, and that did intrigue them. But lo and behold, we get to the end. The property was, because I live in the middle of nowhere, the property had well and septic because we don't have public utilities, and there wasn't any public utilities really even nearby that we could even express like, oh, hey, maybe in 5 years somebody's gonna bring, public water and septic to there. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so he starts asking about the water, and I could just really see the concern on his face that there was no public utilities, specifically public water. And we tried to tell them, like, we'll drill 5 wells on this place, just to be safe. And he was talking about the wells going dry and things like that. And I can tell you where it was. It was on a swamp. This place was never gonna go dry. We don't really deal too much with dry wells and stuff around here in PA. Even when the drought we had this summer really wasn't that bad. I know people had to kind of conserve water in some places, but I didn't hear too much of people losing their water completely. Anyway, they leave. I tell my concerns to the seller. I let him know, I think it went well, but I honestly think that this water is going to be a huge issue for them, which I can understand. With a big corporation, big company, they don't want to deal with that stuff. Sorry guys, just pulling into my driveway now. There we go. So anyway, jump forward probably about a week. I get an update, ask for an update from somebody at the company, and of course, the thing they come at me with is, hey, the water situation. So they had interest in another property. I'm assuming it probably had public utilities. It's a shame. So anyway, again, still pretty slow. And I thought I was doing an okay job getting some people out there. Like I said, I think I had 1 or 2 clients before, or not clients, but people interested in it, and I showed it to them, or another agent showed it to them. I had the cable company in there, which I should mention too. The excitement for that is they were going to pay for cash, obviously, so that would have been a perfect situation. Wouldn't have to deal with seller financing. We wouldn't have to deal with financing. Period. We could have just closed on that and called it a day. So he gave me a call today. He actually has another family member and relatives in the area that deal a lot with investment properties, and one of the biggest agents in the area, the one who he was calling for originally, sells a lot of houses for his family members or relatives. So he gave me a call today and said that he was looking kind of just for a change of scenery. He didn't have anything specifically bad to say. He liked my personality. He said he enjoyed me. I'm sure there's a couple other things I could have done, but overall he seemed happy. He said he just needed to change the scenery, and if he feels like the market or he's gonna get any better from this other agent, then I told him he's more than welcome to. In fact, I never try to get mad with these people. It is always a learning experience. I just try to get as much information from them as possible as what I could do better, and he really didn't have anything to say, so I'm comfortable. I realized that we probably had the listing for about 8 or 9 months now. It's unfortunate that we went through coronavirus. I really think we probably could have got that sold if it wasn't for coronavirus. I have a feeling he's gonna switch and it's just gonna sit a little bit more. And if it doesn't, good for him. That's great. That's awesome. I still have a relationship with that other agent. I can always go out and ask them, hey, what'd you do? What'd you do to get this sold? So I feel like an important lesson here is if you're dealing with a seller or client, any client really, and they're not happy with your service, a lot of agents get defensive, and you're not going to change people's opinions by yelling back at them. The only way, the best way to possibly change their opinion is to be understanding and to gain all the information that you can to be a better agent. In this instance, I really don't feel like we could have done much. I did put some money into marketing and to getting it in different eyes, and I was getting inquiries. It's just, like I said, as soon as I start talking about financing or funds with anybody that was interested, it just went down the hole pretty quickly. And I really am disappointed that the cable company wasn't able to get past the water issue, because it really was probably the perfect property for them. So with that said, guys, just be patient with your clients. If somebody calls you and you get that phone call, it does ruffle your feathers. It does turn your stomach. It sucks. It's a terrible feeling. I am particularly I'm not upset. I'm just like, dang, like this coronavirus, it's really messing things up for me this year. I definitely it has affected my business for sure, especially with listings. But yeah, guys, take care, stay safe out there. Remember, clients are always number one. Don't get mad at them, because if you can do this and you can be understanding and you can learn from this, who knows, maybe in 6 months he's not going to have any better results. Maybe in fact he'll have worse results, and he comes around and calls me back and says, hey, I didn't realize what I was missing. Those are always possible, guys. But yeah, take it easy. Have a good one.